In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the basics and what exactly is a credit analysis and why so many people are going crazy over the credit analysis. And I'm going to show you what magic and what power the Client Dispute Manager credit repair software has when it comes to the credit analysis. My name is Mark Claiborne, the founder of the Client Dispute Manager. And to learn more about the Client Dispute Manager, go to clientdisputemanagersoftware.com. clientdisputemanagersoftware.com. Let's get into it. What is a credit analysis and why do we need this? A credit analysis is the first piece of paper that you would give your customer before you start working on their credit report, period. It's like an audit. You can call it a credit analysis. You can call it an audit, right? It's credit analysis / audit, pretty much, right? So basically what it is, it's a summary of the customer's entire credit report and credit profile, including the credit score. So that's what a credit analysis is. You analyze the credit report and then you give the customer this document pretty much pointing out a summary of the negative accounts, the credit score, what's affecting the credit score, and how to improve the credit score. So you give this document out to the customer before you start working on their credit. Now, most credit repair companies charge their customer for a credit analysis, right? Because that is a way that credit companies can make money, right? So they charge a fee to perform or to put together this credit analysis. Now, let me show you the old way of doing a credit analysis until I decided to automate this. Now, I used to do this by hand, and it used to take me, I don't know, my first one, it took me 2 to 3 hours to put this credit analysis together. And that's when I made $300 in 3 hours. And then I knew right then and there, this will be the business for me. Now, let me show you the old way that I used to do the credit analysis. And if you're not using software, you're probably still doing it this way. Let me show you. So this is the old way of doing the credit analysis. So the first thing is you got to read the credit report line by line. So you are looking at the credit report line by line, all of the negative information. So you got to have the credit report in your hand and you're looking at it line by line and you're pulling out all of the negative information in the credit report. Now that's exactly how I did it when I made $300 to put this credit analysis together for this particular customer. All right, so you're looking line by line. The second thing you got to do, you got to write down all of the negative information. You have to literally write down all of the negative information. You got to write it down, or you can type it on the Word doc. Okay, now you guys who used to do this manually, if you used to do this manually, give me a shout out. Give me a shout out. Type below and say, I used to do this manually, Mark, and it's crazy. All right, the third thing is putting all of the negative information into a Word doc. Now, not only do you have to write all of it down, but you have to put it into a Word doc, right? Because that's going to be your template that you're going to use to build out the credit analysis. That's why it's such a tedious task. Now, if you want to do it right, because you got to serve your customer justice, it's going to take you some time. You can't spit out a credit analysis in 30 minutes if you're doing it manually. All right. So let's take a look here. All right. Then you gotta write out how is their report impacting their score. So not only do you have to write it down and go line by line, you have to determine how the negative items inside the credit report is impacting their score. Like you have to come up with a scenario, a logic way to put in paper how it's impacting their credit score. Now you have to do all of this manually, right? All right, let's take a look. Then you have to write out a plan of action. You have to write out what are you going to do for them, right? This is the plan of action. What are you going to do for the customer? Like after you give them the audit, you show them the analysis, and the next question is, what are you going to do for this customer, right? That's the plan of action. All right. And then lastly, you have to take your PDF, well, your Word doc, convert it to a PDF. And then after you convert it to a PDF, you have to then take that, right? Go to your Gmail provider and then upload it to Gmail. And then you have to send it by email from your personal Gmail account. Now look at all of those steps that you have to go through. Now this can take hours, ladies and gentlemen. This can take hours doing a credit analysis without software. Listen, when I realized that this took so much time, when I realized that it was so tedious to put a credit analysis together, even though the lady paid me $300 for it, I was happy for that. But when I realized it, I went to my team of experts, my magicians, and I said to myself, how can we automate this? And how can we put this in a software where we click a button and behind the scenes, the software will do all of that manual labor that I was doing? And my magician said to me, Mark, we can make that happen. And when they said they can make it happen, I'm going to show you right now exactly how that's going to work. Now, what I'm about to show you right now is the credit analysis inside of the Client Dispute Manager. I'm also going to show you how you can customize and edit the credit analysis to your own liking into your own company. All right, so let me show that to you right now. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go over to the software right now and I'm going to show you exactly how the credit analysis works and how it can make your life so much easier. All right, so now I'm on the Client Dispute Manager screen and I'm going to show you how powerful the credit analysis is. All right, so before I show you that, let me show you how quick you can build a credit analysis inside of the Client Dispute Manager software. Let me show you. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Quick Import Credit Analysis. Let's find the customer, Mark Banks, my favorite customer. Click that. Let's go run a credit analysis. We're going to go ahead and select Smart Credit because that's who I'm with. We're going to add a border around the credit analysis. And let's go ahead and click on Quick Import. So we're going to sit here and wait as the software builds the credit analysis for us. Now remember what I told you before, we had to do all of that manual work, but now the software will do all the work for you. Done. It's done. That fast. The software built the credit analysis in less than 30 seconds. Now let's take a look under the hood of the credit analysis. So what we're going to do, let's go ahead and click here. And this is your cover page, your company logo, your company information. Let's scroll down. This is educational information for your customer. Okay, this is about a 17-page credit analysis. Our credit analysis are pretty deep, and you can customize all of this. If you don't want this education in the beginning, you can customize that as well. This is all education before your customer gets to the guts of the actual credit analysis. And again, you can remove this if you want. And then this is where it starts with the credit scores here and an account summary of all the information on the credit report, as you can see. And as we go down further, I don't want to disclose sensitive information of this particular customer, so we're going to stop right there. But as you can see, this credit analysis is very deep, it's very detailed, and it's very thorough, right? It's very thorough for what you're going to give the customer for whatever you charge your particular customer. Now let me go ahead and show you exactly how to edit the credit analysis if you want to edit the credit analysis. You would come over here to Credit Analysis Template, and here is where you can edit this credit analysis pretty much, right? You can do anything you want here, okay? You can edit the credit analysis right here, okay? You can move the order of the credit analysis, whatever order you want it to be in, whatever order you want the pages to be in, you can do that right here. You can edit the text, and you can customize this credit analysis to your liking for your company. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this training tutorial on the credit analysis. I hope you got some information for the ones out there who doesn't know about a credit analysis and how to really use the credit analysis. Again, like I said, Mark Claiborne from ClientDisputeManagerSoftware.com. I'll see you in the next video.